Hey guys, welcome to this next YouTube video. Today we're going to talk about the right hand in the putting stroke, and if your right hand's getting a little bit too dominant, how that's going to affect your putting stroke and how you can fix it. Let's get into the video. So if you use the conventional grip, then your trail hand or your right hand, if you're a right-handed player, can cause you some issues, and it's really important to ensure that you keep the right hand under control within your putting stroke. If the right hand gets a little bit too active, then most of the time it can over-rotate. When that right hand over-rotates, that obviously shuts the face down and can cause the lead wrist to get into too much extension. So it's really important to ensure that we keep our right hand the same structure and flexion throughout the whole stroke. And we don't want to be adding any rotation or any flexion through the ball with our right hand, as then that's probably going to shut the face down if you're going to over rotate the face. So if your right hand's getting a little bit too active, then this can definitely be linked to either the face being a little bit too open at the top of the backstroke, so you're working too hard with the right hand to square the face up, or if you're just more of a pull bias player, then sort of rotating that hand through the stroke is obviously going to shut the face and cause the ball to miss left. So it's really important to make sure that we don't allow our right hand to be too dominant over our left hand, otherwise these things can happen. If you're someone that struggles with a right hand that is too dominant and gets a little bit too active within the stroke, then I've got a great drill for you. And all you need to do with this drill is place firstly your lead hand on the grip, so make sure that the lead hand and the lead sort of thumb is in the correct position. Then from there, instead of gripping it normal with your right hand, I want you to just get your palm out and make sure that the middle finger lines up with the side of the grip, just like so. So you can see there, palm out, and that goes on like so. So you can see here my right hand is still under my left hand, but instead of gripping the putter, it's just straight out. This then is meaning that my palm is pointing towards the target. So the palm is actually representing where the face is pointing, and that's what I want you to do. I want you to make sure that your palm and the club face is pointing to the same direction. Now the reason we want this right hand to sit just like this is obviously it's going to take the dominance out of it, because when I start rolling some strokes, my left hand is now far more dominant because it has a firm hold on the grip. The right hand is acting as just a little bit of a helping hand, but it's doing nothing major, okay? And if you can get used to rolling strokes like this, then you're going to get used to rolling strokes without using the right hand too much. And what you've got to make sure you do is ensure that the right hand and the right palm always points towards the target. You don't want to be rotating that palm, because then you can see that my face and the palm is then rotated and is now pointing left. So you've got to ensure that that right palm is always facing in the same direction. That's then going to allow the club face to stay far more stable, and then is obviously going to stop the right hand becoming too dominant. So then what I'd like you to do, once you've got the gist of it with your right hand, then go for it with rolling some putts. So again, make sure you've got left hand on the grip, then get that right hand pointing towards the target, just so it's running on the side here. Your main finger is going to be running along the side of the right hand side of the grip, and then you've just got to make sure that you're putting more with your left hand, and the right hand is just being used as a guide, just like so. So you can see there I've managed to keep the face very stable. And because my right hand is off the grip, I'm not being persuaded to use the right hand to over-rotate and flip the club face. Once you've done that, hit a good amount of putts with this drill in place. As the more you do that, the more your sort of hands and your body's going to get used to not allowing the right hand to take over. Then from there, you can go into hitting some regular putts by, again, getting the right hand in the grip. Now, when you go back to doing this, just make sure that that same hold that you had there and the same pressure you have on the grip, try and feel like you just maintain that same pressure when you actually place your right hand on the grip correctly. So you want to make sure that you're pretty much replicating the drill, but you're just gripping the putter normally, okay? And that's just going to provide a bit more stability for you. If you can find that balance between gripping the putter, but then not allowing the right hand to be too dominant, then that's when you're going to have some success with this drill, and then you're going to stop that club face rotating and stop the right hand being too dominant within the putting stroke. So I hope you enjoyed that little quick drill there on right hand dominance. I feel like this is quite a common thing that people do. So if you have any problems with it, then really try this drill. I feel like it's a great drill for you to sort of mend that right hand being too dominant and to really keep that club face nice and controlled. If you could like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. I'll see you in the next video.